helicopter. Whoops, too much. What the heck? Let me cut off my head, because I'm not wearing a hat, so I cut off the ball. But I'm not vain like that. Just oh, hey Instagram, it's me, T from the Pattersons, taking the train to Tibet. I was out all day. Yes, oh look at that. I was a guest, a visitor. I got a visitor pass. This event, well, this thing happened all day. Made a. There was this thing where they do pottery, they do leather work, they do basket weaving, they do woodcraft, all for the young people and younger people. And tomorrow, I think it's the adults tomorrow, and whatever. And and also they do this. I got this. I made this thing here. You can't see what it says, but it's basically it's the endangered crafts. Call it endangered craft. There's stuff happening in Orville. Quite frankly, can I say this? Quite frankly, I'm actually surprised Orville lasted this long. I came here like 20 years ago, and it was great. And then throughout the years, then I came like last year, and it was so much. I mean, it's like one big strip, a bunch of stuff would change. But it still retains some things. Places still the same thing. Still kind of share the spirit. But the mean age for Orvillian, let's say a colonizing Orvillian, is like 50 years old. So it's an old community. And people come here and they chill. And there's all kinds of healing modalities. That's why I'm here and blah 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 blah. But everything has its life cycle. In fact, they tell me that empire lasts 250 years. I don't want to be naysayer, but you do realize that next year will be 250 years of the American Empire. I don't know math, but it's pretty close. But you can see all this happening. That things are happening. What can I tell you? Everything has its life cycle. So people like people be on the air, and with the MSNBC kicking a bunch of people off. The jokes to read person, she gone. Always talking. I love it when all these people have been talking down on black people, and they think they're all that in a bag of chips, as used to be said. I'm just waiting for the reverend to go find himself a church. That's going to be funny. Anyway, that's for that network. But they all the Donald. I'm sorry, I appreciate the Donald. Why? Because he's getting a little bit. Look, right now, let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. Let me see what's happening right now. This is so funny. Everything is humorous to me. I don't know. It's just, look, Donald Trump is basically said that, hey, we got too much money going out. We don't know where that we're first going to account for it. But meanwhile, we're going to, all these people, like the European Union, they get money from us. Well, I'm sorry, NATO gets money from us. All these people that get USAID getting money from us. And all the rest of the stuff. Let's pause for a second while we do some auditing. So we hired the Muskie gang to do auditing, which is kind of hilarious to me. Then all of a sudden, for some reason, well, I know the reason, but he said he points out South Africa as you're a particular problem. So it's just the same USAID, international, whatever the heck it is. Development fund, whatever it stands for, that he's taken away from everybody, right? But he points out to South Africa because they have some problem because nobody reads. Well, he knows what's going on. The Muskie is around. He knows what's going on. So, and all them people, all them tech people, they all I don't remember the inauguration because I was looking at it, but they say all these people was off on the stage, so who he's beholden to. Let's put it that way. But so he knows the skinny on South Africa, whatever it is. But the funny thing is, the president of South Africa, he's in a snit, because what about our AIDS research? We're just on the brink of doing this and that. Hey, there's other countries on the brink. Talk to Yaki Awaken. You want to deal with AIDS. Let me just say something about Yaki Awaken. Yaki Awaken comes from a direct line from Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi cured AIDS. Okay. So, if you don't want to listen to your diasporic people, that's fine. But before that, the precursor, and Dr. Sebi is on a direct line with Dr. Moore, Dr. John E. Moore. I studied under under Dr. Moore. He was part of normal radio as well as I studied for 2 years, right? When AIDS first came out, you know what he said? Try to talk like Dr. Moore. AIDS. It's been here before. It's a wasting disease. That's what we call it. It's called a wasting disease. So, all I'm trying to say is that if you're waiting for the U.S. government who gave you the AIDS, I should say it like that, I mean, not pointing, who delivers from pharmaceuticals and continue, whatever, you know what I mean? Then, and this is your opportunity to jettison them, to get off the teat, as they say, then that's what you should be doing. You know, there's other countries in Africa, there's other countries in the world that deal with this. You know, I think that even, is it Gambia or Ghana? I think it's Gambia. No, not Gambia. I think it's Ghana. They found some herbs. Look, people are dealing with it, you know, like that. It's just that you too darn lazy, you know, and then you're going to start pointing. Maybe this, because the retaliation for this defunding is there. Well, we've done a search. We're trying to. I don't sound like Nelson Mandela, not him, but we did a thing. You know, we studied this. And it seems that what was messing things up is the media. You know, you got Twitter, you got, I guess it's not Twitter, it's X, whatever it is. You got, did you say Facebook? Some other media companies so we're going to ban, we're going to put some sort of ban on it. Wait a second, they're corporations, they're media companies, they're not governments. The government of the United States put this thing on you and talking bad about you. Not these outlets. Yeah, but they, well, then start your own. You're a country. You ain't got enough money. You got all this stuff, minerals, and ain't you been paying attention? You know what all this minerals has been happening that all over the country. They're taking back their minerals in a matter of months. I'm saying months. Adrian Terrore, my commander-in-chief, he done really got rid of the debt in Burkina Faso. Come on. I mean, even Malawi saying, hey, I found out why I want to go to Malawi, because they got rubies. Ruby is my birthstone. Anyway, they say, hey, you got to pay up. So they're getting their money back. How come, and that money can go into AIDS. Look, let me leave that alone, because that's the South African government. Y'all, the government of unity, y'all can figure that out if you want. Right? Kids don't want to talk about this. They're just talk about life cycles. And enjoy Reed and you know, the Reaster and all those stuff people and Lester Holt left. Well, whatever, you know, he's an elegant guy, you know. But hey, from top to bottom, from top shelf to the bottom of the pit, Lester Holt, top shelf, bottom of the pit. Jokes to Reed. Anyway, they're all gone, or they're going. But here's the thing: everything has its life cycle. Now, I've been paying attention. I've been paying it for a while, actually. To Candace Owens. Stop before you start pulling your hair out, getting your panties in a snit. Remember, I came of age in the 60s, and I was part of the Black Arts movement, but also, unbeknownst to people, I did a lot of reading, did a lot of research. I'm talking about since I was 14, you know, John Henry Clark would come by the cadet corps, I mean, all kinds of people, you know what I mean? And especially when the Black Arts movement was happening, yeah, people with the political movement. But what we were doing, we was reading everything. Ramparts magazine, I always use this example. And the New Republic, the ultra-right, the ultra-left, you know, plus, I mean, at some particular point, I had a what do you call that, a subscription to Eye of Stone Weekly, you know? So the point is this. What's your source? Now, you could say what you want about Candace had a I don't say, I guess she had a Damascus moment, because she was hanging out with the Jewish guys, and then all of a sudden she turned Christian, so she had a Damascus moment. And here's interesting. She has like we all should, she has a code. Her code is Christianity. Oh, I don't want to say fundamental Christianity. She always says that Catholicism, whatever she's doing, right? She says that, but more important than that, she's going like, I don't want no war. Don't be beating up on families. That's her thing, right? But because of that, let me put it this way. She has a research team that I don't know why black folks can't get a research team like that. Because they're doing some research. They're on the level of James Covert, the Covert Report out of Japan. No, she about to do that Whitney Webb kind of. She about to do that gray zone kind of thing. Okay, I'm getting a little more accolades. It should be. The point is, she doing research on some stuff you should know. Why we shouldn't be at war. But she was on that Ukraine thing. Imagine that. They just found out. What were they thinking? The Ukraine guy was a TV guy that played a comedy president on TV, and now he's. And then they wonder. I'm going like, oh. Anyway, the point is, Candace is doing some deep dive. She's doing the Harvey Weinstein thing now. Not everybody's going to sort with her, but as she's doing it, it's what you should be doing. She's going into the deep. Say, wait a second, and she's dealing with some other stuff. It's like, hey, Harvey is Harvey, but there's a lot. But Hollywood is Hollywood. They keep on throwing up faces in front of you. Like this whole thing with the Epstein, whatever, the Epstein files, Epstein book, or whatever it is like that. Hey, if they ain't gonna publish that thing because most of that stuff was Wall Street people and spy people. So you ain't gonna. Why am I talking? Look, I want to make some pasta, some beetroot pasta, some pesto. Got some good bread. South African guy makes this bread, by the way, here in Orville. So I got other things to do. I had a good day, and I talked to this guy Jake. You know what I mean? A lot of time when you travel, you meet somebody of your tribe. I meet someone that's thinking like you thinking. He's one of the guys. I posted this picture. My point is this: do what you got to do. There's only so many sources. I told him, I said, the sources you need to be looking at the gray zone. You need to look at Whitney Webb. What else did I mention? I didn't say Danny Hepburn. I mentioned Danny Hepburn and everything. I said, no, let me just give you those two. The gray zone and Whitney Webb. I did mention James Covert. But the point is, you only need 2 or 3 sources. And from those sources, you get other things. So if you're going to listen to Danny Hepburn, then you might get onto Pepe. That kind of thing. So you don't need to be looking at this person and that person and be snowed in and be all kerfuffled and confused. And some people just look for entertainment value. Like for instance, I love me some Lionel. Lionel, why? Because I love his language, his articulation. He's my generation. And he sort of does what I do in a weird sort of way. You know what I mean? And he knows. I forgot. I didn't tell him this because he's Judge Joe Brown. There's certain people that I listen to, right? I mean, intently. Yes. Now I'm blanking on the brother's name. Wrote all the books, the Apocalypse, the being where he died, Gerald Horn, Dr. Gerald Horn. There's only about 4 or 5 people that you really need to pay attention to intensely, and then the other people, they tangentially you listen to them. But if something gets posted, you might check it out. Okay. So that's just my advice for today. This has been a Saturday. Things that come to my mind. These are things that came to my mind, right? I'll talk to you tomorrow. We got reading from Tagore. All right? You take care. Be well. See ya.